Hi, everybody. This is my first recording for our Crystals segment on Gain TV. I'm Catherine Wiley, the founder of the Gain Center for Spiritual Progress and the Ageless Thrival program. And together with our senior programmer, Mark, we created the Gain magazine to bring you interesting and different information on how to live an ageless thrival life based on the 9 pillar strategies of gratitude, breath, meditation, nutrition, exercise, sleep, water. Yeah, water is important. Relationship connectivity and ecosystem connectivity. In other words, your connection with nature and Mother Earth. There are 7 planes of existence. The first plane consists of all the non-organic materials on Earth, the minerals, crystals, rocks, and soil. And that's what this entire segment, every segment that I do and whoever I bring onto it, we will be talking about the Earth and the crystals. But I just wanted to share a little bit about the 7 planes. The second plane has the organic materials like plants, trees, vitamins, and the elementals. The third plane is about humans and the animal species, the fish, the birds, all of that. The fourth plane is the spirit realm. The fifth plane is where the divine and semi-divine beings exist, like Jesus, Buddha, and other ascended masters. The fifth plane is divided into frequencies of vibration and consciousness. The lower levels is where the darker energies exist. That's our duality. So if you ever think about hell, that would be where you would think about, because it's not a great place, and it's not a great place if you get lost in there when you're astral traveling. It's not fun. Everyone on this planet is some kind of fifth plane being, as the fourth plane is the school of the fifth plane beings. The sixth plane is the existence of the laws. That's where the laws reside. And the seventh plane is the plane of the creator of all that is energy. This is the level of the highest truth and pure unconditional love. These planes are multidimensional and all work together. Although I've described them as separate, they're not. They all work together. But in order to explain them, it's like, you've got 7 circles and you talk about them, but they all merge together depending upon where you're at. At the moment, though, the first, second, and third planes are third dimensional, while the fourth, fifth, and sixth are multidimensional. And I actually instruct a 5-day course on the planes of existence. So you can imagine how vast the information is regarding these planes. This Gain TV segment is devoted to the crystals, who are one of the colossal memory keepers. Crystal life forms are created from a spark from the creator, creating a carbon-based life. Mother Earth records in every particle of sand and dirt the memories of every person, animal, and plant that's ever lived on Earth. People and animals leave imprints on everything they touch, and these become memories in the largest of mountains to the tiniest grains of sand. And as memories or thought forms, they're living essences of indestructible energy. I have a script, which transfers into rocks, crystals, and minerals within the landscape of the Earth, and which it has its own set of Akashic records. The Earth has its own set of Akashic records. All the suns in the universe give light that travels outward, and as the light travels, it gathers knowledge from everything it passes through. So when it reaches Earth, it transfers this knowledge into everything, every plant and animal, particle, the birds, the water, the trees, right down to the particles of sand, has the opportunity to experience every memory of every experience of this light. The sunlight from other galaxies brings us knowledge of inhabitants of other solar systems. The light travels through. So in other words, the light's traveling through and you're picking up that knowledge, gets transferred to it as it arrives here. This is why some intuitive people are able to perceive some of this knowledge. This may be how people can write about other star systems and ancient cultures without having experienced them, and maybe why some people have felt they've had alien visitations that are not visitations, but memories carried through the solar wind and starlight. It may also be why so many people, they believe they've had so many past lives from experiencing these memory imprints rather than the life itself. Now, this does not negate past lives if you believe in them, nor does it negate if you truly believe that you have been on alien ships and that. I believe in star people. I believe in that. It just presents additional information in how people experience through lifetimes of earth memory and imprints. This is also how sacred sites accumulate special energy as they do their sacred rituals. Stonehenge, they gather it as people throughout history have done their sacred rituals. Places like Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, churches, the ancient Colosseum in Rome, and so many other places, as you know. The minerals of the earth keep all the memories that have happened in the past, and the gemstone crystals have the ability to amplify those memories in a way that exceeds other minerals. They absorb memories of those living plants and animals, but also those that have died and come back. It is no accident that everything in the 3D world is recorded. Every crystal on earth has some kind of memory in it and has the ability to accelerate the energy of animals and people. You can work with the crystals to enhance your intelligence and abilities through your DNA. Many of the earth's crystals have the ability to automatically accelerate the essence of humans who wear or carry them to complement everything they do. Now, like all else, when you're working with crystals, you cannot expect them to take the place of your traditional medical practitioner. That's not what this is about. And they do not work all by themselves. Well, they work by themselves, but in order to complement you, you need to take the action you want to be taking to achieve your goals, whether they be professional or personal. So actions required on your part, always. They are magical, but magic happens when you take the action to get where you want to go. Not only will the crystals help you naturally in your life, depending on its particular abilities, but you can download positive teachings and specific attributes and jobs into the crystal so that they work specifically for you in helping your life, either professionally, personally, or both. You'll need to figure out which crystal works best with you, but there are a few stones that are better accelerators of attributes. As light is the grand knowledge accumulator, memories are easily stored in the earth and living crystals. Remember, Mother Earth is a living being supporting all life on the planet, and by connecting to the crystals, that resonates with you. That helps you with your connection. It's specifically in my case, because I can't get out in nature right now. I'm recovering from a traumatic type of brain injury that has me temporarily in a wheelchair. I'm going to recover fully. It's just this overwhelming grief has blocked my neuron pathways to my legs, and it's loosening up, and I'm improving every single day. But it inhibits my ability to get outside. I used to be outside every single day, whether I was running or walking with Ellie, my Bouvier, and I can't do that anymore. So what I've done is I have created that connection through the crystals. There's also something called grounding and earthing, which helps to bring that feeling in, but it's not the same as being able to connect with these living beings who have all of these memories, and I just having them, touching them. I'm wearing one of my Mookite malas with Citrine. We'll talk about that more in a bit. So it's one way for you to carry on that connection with Mother Earth. So as the light is the grand knowledge accumulator, memories are easily stored in the earth and living crystals. Remember, Mother Earth is a living being supporting all life on the planet. And by connecting to the crystals that resonate with you, you're connecting to Mother Earth, which is a huge part of AgelessThrival Living. I just repeated that, but that's okay. Emeralds, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and tanzanite are excellent at accumulating full memories of all experiences and can emulate those memories to the wearer or keeper of that particular crystal. This is one of the reasons crystals can be inspiring, create peace, harmony, and protect us from negative energies. All right, so one of the things that I want to do, one of the things I do is I clear things that block people. You've got free will, so if you want to do this, you've got to say yes. So with your permission, I'm going to have Creator go in and clear anything on all levels, past, present, future, that you would prevent you from attracting and attaining the appropriate crystals for you to work with in your professional and personal life. So we're going to release anything that would prevent you from being able to easily download and retrieve the knowledge that exists in a stone, and that you can easily access and understand that knowledge, whether it's in general or it's a very specific knowledge and information that's designed just for you. So if you want to release anything that's preventing that, just say yes. We're going to release it, resolve it on the history level, and we're going to go in and have Creator teach you all the relevant teachings, the knowledge, the understanding, what it feels like to know how to, when to, it's possible to, safe for you to, that you allow yourself to, and you do now live your day-to-day life, being able to recognize the appropriate crystals that are going to be able to work with you and enhance your life, help you achieve your goals, both professionally and personally, and that you're going to easily and effortlessly be able to download and receive the information that's contained in these particular crystals, whether it's general knowledge or whether it's specific knowledge that you just need. Say yes. Perfect. And so one of the things that I also want you to remember, because people can get carried away when they're buying crystals, you don't want to get carried away. You don't want to overspend, because bigger isn't necessarily better, as you can and will learn to amplify the working ability of the crystals so that the smallest stone can act like a giant in its work with you. We will talk more about that in other segments. We'll also go into cleansing your crystals. I don't use water or salts. I clear them through the Creator, and then download the work and the amplification, optimizing their natural abilities. I'm in the process right now, and I'm going to show all the different new crystal in the family that have been accumulated over the last several months for AgelessThrival, because they're all coming in to work with the program, to work with clients, work with students, and then to generally work with me in the service that we're doing to raise, to help people raise their personal consciousness, so that overall we're raising the collective consciousness, and we're flipping this planet into peace and harmony, because that's our goal. We want to live in peace and harmony. We're tired of all this nonsense that's going on. All right. So if you would like to retrieve the knowledge that exists in a stone, I'm going to do an exercise right now that's going to help you do that. So you maybe want to put this on pause and find a crystal that you would like to work with, or you can just listen now, and obviously you can turn it back on and do this exercise later. So I want to make sure that you're comfortably seated or lying down, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to center into your heart center, and I want you to visualize going down into the earth, and I want you to visualize bringing the energy up through the earth, up through the floor, up through your feet, and feel as the energy rises, opening each of your chakras, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. And as the energy reaches your crown chakra, you'll see a beautiful ball of light, and your energy goes in, rises up and up through the roof, up past the moon, out into the universe. You're going to visualize going past layers of light, through a golden light, past the blue jello-like substance of the sixth plane, and into a pearly iridescent light of the seventh plane of the Creator of all that is. And once you're in that pearly iridescent light and you can feel that peace, that calmness, I want you to make the following command or request of the Creator of all that is. Creator has commanded or requested that I retrieve all the past knowledge of this stone that I'm holding now. And so I want you to just feel into the stone. I just want you to just feel it, listen. And then once you feel the process is finished, I want you to rinse off in that seventh plane energy. Just rinse it all off. Keep that energy within yourself and open your eyes. Hopefully I told you to close your eyes. I did. I remembered that. Good. Okay. So what you want to do is, once you've downloaded and you've got this information, you can either go and sit quietly somewhere in a meditative state, however you do that. I like to use a bath, although I can't use a bath right now. But water is a really good amplifier of receiving energy. So you may just want to go into the bath and sit back with the stone and just ask and listen and see what comes out. And maybe it takes you a few times before you do that. But so it's really incredible. So now we're going to go through some crystals that I just love. And every month I will have another 2 or 3 crystals that I'm working with, or I've done some research and study that is going to be, as I said, working with the AgelessThrival program and just doing the work of helping to raise the collective consciousness of this planet. So I featured Mookite a couple of months back on Gain, as I had found it and learned it was considered the fountain of youth, Mookite Jasper sphere. This is, can you see this? Yeah. That is, it's about a 2-inch Mookite Jasper sphere. I love the spheres because the energy goes all around. Although it's funny, one of the fellows that I get my crystals from, it's called the Russian stone. He's great. And he just got back to me and said, no, I just love the raw stones just coming out of the earth. He thinks they're more powerful that way. And I think, you know, there's some truth to that. But at the same time, when you understand how to either clear a stone and or download it and help it optimize its energies, I think as long as the stone is genuine, it's not going to be a problem. I love to wear, that one's for working in my office and different things. Now I also have these. These are my Mookite bracelets. I have a bunch of them. These are the foundational stones now for the AgelessThrival because they are the fountain of youth stones. And I love to wear them on my skin. I have more bracelets here, but we'll talk about those later. I've got tons of them. And each of them has a different job to do. I've got ones that are grieving crystals that are helping me release all the grief that blocked my neuron pathways. And then pink kunzite, which works to help heal my heart. It's quite interesting, but we'll get more into that. As I said, the Mookite is the fountain of youth stone, and it's known for its timeless grace and beauty. And more than anything else, maintaining beauty and youthfulness is a matter of how you feel about yourself. When we look beautiful, we feel beautiful. And when we feel beautiful, it shows on the outside. And this fountain of youth Mookite Jasper sphere will remind you of just that. Mookite Jasper is one of my most treasured beauty secrets. Its medicine and magic are in their ability to help you look at aging and beauty from a space of empowerment rather than a place of loss or lack. If there's a crystal source of eternal youth, this is it. So for those of you seeking beauty on the inside and out, this is the stone, the fountain of youth stone, Mookite. So again, the deeper magic of it, the fountain of youth, is all about, more about on the inside than the outside. It promotes graceful aging, keeps you both physical and spiritual bodies youthful. The Mookite Jasper is a solar plexus and sacral chakra gem that brings you water element energy as an associated with the goddess Venus. It leads you to notice and appreciate the beauty in the work around you so you can receive it and reflect it with your own being. So when you're working with this stone, you'll feel brand new. You'll feel energized and optimistic and filled with a newfound sense of hope and passion. You'll find your skin healthier and glowing and more radiant than ever before. Mookite is a true expression of unity, completeness, integrity, and equality. It's from the sphere that the other shapes are organized. So what you want to do with the sphere, because it radiates in the 4 directions, you want to place the stone, most likely, in your bedroom, somewhere close like that. Your altar, nightstand. Then, okay, so that's Mookite. And you can do your own kind of research on that and find out more about it. But it is the foundational. This is one of my malas. I've got a bunch of malas. This one happens to have a citrine, and citrine is a very joyful stone of prosperity, wealth, just happiness. So last month, this one, oh, I couldn't believe it when I found this. I was like, wow. Last month, I found the grandidierite. I can't even pronounce it. Grandidierite. And this is said to be one of the rarest stones there is. It's called the faith stone. Okay, so, and it's really hard to find. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's a blue-green color. Here's the different ones. You can see it's lighter. You see that? Yeah. These are tumbled. These two come from the UK. This one and this one, they come from around Stonehenge. And this one, I can't remember where it's from, but it's from the guy from the Russian stone. It's really nice, but the difference in the color is really interesting. As I said, it's said to be one of the 10 rare stones in the world, and it's called the faith stone, as it helps you to trust yourself in your dreams, thus making manifestation easier. The crystal's energy may encourage improved communications, ability at home with the family, at work, and in social situations. Grandidierite was discovered, I'm probably not saying it right, but it's grandidierite, was discovered in 1902 in the southern part of Madagascar by the French explorer Alfred Grandidier. This crystal is one of the rarest minerals on Earth. Okay, have I said that enough now? It's rare. It's hard to come by. Look at this. So I wear a lot of stuff, but this, see this? This little guy, where is that? This little guy, look how tiny that is. Even though I said stones can be small, I'm a go big or go home girl. So anyway, but this stone is spectacular. And this is my, can you see it? That's a 15 karat grandidierite. That ring, that's out of, it's a beauty. And its power is like, and right now I've got the Shazam ring on. This moonstone, when it's on this finger, brings us into an 850-900 enlightened energy. That's done through Fluffy, fluffy.net. My friends Clayton and Jeff. That is an extraordinary consciousness energy that keeps things when they turn fluffy on between 540, 560, 580, which is all love and joy. Okay, so this crystal is one of, I'm going to say it again, the rarest minerals on Earth. It ranges in the colors of blue-green, with neon blue being the most sought after and expensive. And you can actually see different products that are more neon. It's more sheer kind of looking. Grandidierite, the faith stone, will help you if you're having difficulty with your manifesting or expressing vocally what you want in life. It works with you to heal the heart and throat chakra, particularly about speaking your truth. Grandidierite works deeply and brings lasting healing. So you're going to want to check your limiting unconscious programs here too, right? So don't forget about that. The stone works with you to establish faith and trust in yourself and your decisions. Its soothing essence will help you dissolve doubts and replace them with peace, trust, and stability. And it works to improve family relationships, reduce stress, reduce lower vibrational feelings, and create a forgiveness channel. The faith stone will help you compassionately communicate. It's too bad I can't speak. So hold the crystal if you have to engage in a difficult conversation, as grandidierite will help bring in love and understanding, so you can create a resolution that's win-win versus just having a fight or a conflict. This is a great stone to meditate with. I think you could probably meditate and meditate and carry it with you at all times to use when required. This crystal brings the medicine that will help us raise our inner vibration so that we raise a collective consciousness into peace and harmony for all the planet within the universe. So this stone also will be working with Mookite. I'm going to be doing my own malas and bracelets that are just specific for AgelessThrival for my clients and students, which you'll find will be a mixture of these different stones over the next months that I talk about to be able to help with the goals. And then this month, this is exciting. Next month is even more exciting, but this month we are featuring the Sacred 7 stone. Now the Sacred 7 stone, hang on here, I gotta move my script because I got everything all over it. The Sacred Seven Stone. This is a Sacred Seven heart, if you can see that. I've also got a sphere. And then I've got this bracelet that I wear. It's got the Super Seven, Sacred Seven, or they're also known as Melody Stones, that I wear. Which, hang on, we'll just put it back on now that you've seen it. The silver. I like my bracelets if they've got anything to have silver. The silver spacers or the silver little charms, because silver works as a healing agent as well. So the Super Seven, also known as the Sacred Seven and Melody Stone, is considered the stone of higher consciousness. It contains amethyst, clear quartz, smoky quartz, cacoxenite, rutile, geothite, and lepidocrosite. And it is a very powerful stone for healing your mind, body, and spirits. This high vibrational crystal, which is very rare, found only in the region of Espírito de Santo, Brazil, is noted for both having 7 component minerals and for being particularly well suited to aligning and clearing all 7 chakras. It retains its own energy and never needs either cleansing or energizing. And one of the best ways to use the Super Sacred Seven Stone is to meditate with it. So these are the properties of the Sacred Seven healing energy. It heightens the vibration of any other crystals in its vicinity. So in other words, it amplifies whatever crystals are around it. It aids in spiritual and psychic workers to take their talents to the next level. It helps to contact spiritual guides. It's often used by crystal healers for aligning the body's energy flow. It opens up all the senses and helps one to see auras. It possesses strong grounding properties. It brings the soul back into communication with the divine. It's an action crystal of strong energy that builds fearlessness and fosters action and promotes productivity. It brings clarity of mind as it raises one's vibration to a totally new level, activates wisdom, strengthens intuition, and assists in finding solutions. And it provides the inner strength to cope with different situations. It's a powerful stone for healing physical, intellectual, and spiritual disease, and it's very good for harmonizing the body, stimulating the body's natural healing. It's also a system in healing for cellular memory, and it supports the immune system, skin, and bone. So here are the 7 minerals. We'll just talk about those very briefly of the Sacred Seven. The first is amethyst. That's why you see the purple color. This crystal encourages and supports the awakening of the spiritual senses, intuition, clairvoyant abilities, and amethyst helps with stability. It also aids in the balancing out of negative energies. Smoky quartz, and this crystal helps one stay focused, alert, and in tune with the surroundings, with your surroundings. Smoky quartz also enhances the ability to be a good business person. It promotes, it's protective and healing. Clear quartz crystal is mostly known as the crystal that amplifies and strengthens. It's a powerful healer. It's considered a master healer, as well as bringing skills into listening. Quartz crystal also helps with the continuity of the flow of energy. Rutile is seen as a stone of joy and optimism. It's a crystal that can strengthen. It can strengthen love, bringing growth and inspirational aspirations. Rutile helps bring out stability in any love or relationship. It also helps to bring mental balance. Goethite is known to aid in the ability, it's spelled Goethite, is known to aid in the ability to keep one's tasks clear, making one concentrate and focus on the task ahead. Goethite helps and aids in the balance of negative and positive. So it creates that balance, gets rid of the duality. Okay, this one's really fun. Lepidocrosite. Lepidocrosite is a crystal that enhances the intellectual abilities. Lepidocrosite also gives an individual to have sound thoughts and emotional grounding. Cacoxenite, that's spelled Cacoxenite, is a crystal known to aid one to understand all the positive aspects of life, enhancing the openness to spiritual pursuits. And this crystal also empowers one to dispel any negativity. Okay, so pretty much that's it for this month's segment. I also want you to remember, a lot of people are very concerned. We've got a lot of stuff going on where I am in BC. We had huge floods. I had to call Noah's Ark to go and get to my, get a cup of coffee here that Monday morning when it all went down. And Mark and his people had all sorts of flooding out in Abbotsford. So, it's just another really strong indicator. But I know a lot of people are worried and think we need to save the planet. And our work in changing our attitudes to how we work with Mother Earth is not about saving Mother Earth. She's quite capable of looking after herself. As you know, in the pandemic, when everything had to shut down, we shut down the entire Earth. You saw how she regenerated, how quickly that happened. Clear skies without any pollution. The problem is us. And the problem is that, she's working to kick us off. And we're in a do-over situation here, and we're working really hard, all of us. And so what I always want to ask people is, what are you doing in particular? People think, well, what can I do? Well, one person can do a lot. You just need to sit back and say, how can I live my life differently? How can I work to share resources, to stop over consuming? What can I do in particular? And it may be that your biggest thing is that you're smiling every day, or you're doing an act of kindness, or, you're remembering to recycle, and you're looking at sustainable fashion. One of the things that I found out a couple of years ago, that the retail fashion industry was the second biggest polluter on the planet. And I was stunned. My daughters were stunned. And so now I have like 3 outfits I wear and I don't shop, right? So it's, how are you going to change that? What can you do? How do you work to, reduce the pollution in the retail industry and still look good? Because of course we all want to look good. But there's a variety of ways to do that. I'm not getting into there. On the GAIN thing, we work with, Mark works on putting up different videos and that with Remake, which talks about sustainable fashion. So all I'm going to say to you is this, on Mother Earth side, is like, renew your connectivity, get in touch with her, and then think about what you can do as an individual, because it can be the smallest thing and it has a huge ripple effect out there. So I also want you to remember, when you're looking for your crystals, to try to source, just do it, source the ethical suppliers for your crystals. And we will be posting ethical suppliers of crystals that'll help you. So we're going to put some links in the video blog of suppliers we use. So enjoy. And crystals are like amazing. They're just gorgeous. They look gorgeous, but the work that they do with you is incredible. And so it's not just about looking good with a piece of jewelry. It's about thinking about, what does this particular gemstone, semi-precious gemstone, how's it working with me? How's it working on the planet? I know it's a whole different way to look at it. So I'm going to wish you all the happiest holiday season, however you celebrate. And for those of you who celebrate Christmas like I do, may it be the most magical, peaceful, joyful, and loving Christmas season yet, because 2020 was an interesting year for us. And just know that I'm always grateful to each of you, and that I love you, and enjoy your gemstones and your crystals. Next time. See you next time.